Hey, you just tuned in for another episode of MixelPix. This is an episode of
Transformers Timewarp.
Hey, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There are new MixelPix episodes every Thursday. So let's get to it. In the previous videos, I shared my unboxing of the Generation Toy gift set GT-6 Duron Drill, their version of Generation 2 Devastator, and reviewed two of the individual Constructicons from that set, Mixer Truck, aka Mixmaster, and Navi, aka Scavenger. In this video, I'm sharing my reviews of two more Constructicons from this set, GT-01F Crane, aka Hook, and GT-01E Dump Truck, aka Long Haul. As a part of these reviews, I'll be doing final scale comparisons between the robot forms of Hook and Long Haul to two of the signature characters from the cartoon in their Takara Tomy masterpiece forms, MP-10 Optimus Prime and MP-21 Bumblebee. That should be a pretty satisfactory comparison of size. All right, this guy's coming out as one big piece. Oh, there's the head. All right. Look at that. It's really cool. I hope there's an accessory face so he's not screaming all the time. Right off the bat, I have to say that the look of the core of this character is very impressive. I do want a different head so that I don't have to have him screaming all the time. He looks very angry, which is good for his character. But, you know, I would like a stern stone face too. Something where he's not constantly catching flies. But other than that, off the bat, I don't really like this shoulder kibble here that is present apparently from his head transformation. And it doesn't fit very well on the back side of the character. I don't know if there's a trick to the transformation that's going to help, but it doesn't look very neat or tidy. You can't tell very much from the front, which is good, and will hopefully help save the character if it doesn't tuck away someplace. But I'm hoping that there will be a transformation trick that will kind of hide that a little bit better, because it's not really a very strongly engineered part of this character. So let's go ahead and get this guy separated into its two characters, Dump Truck and Crane, aka Long Haul and Hook. Okay, so the chest, the top portion, just simply pulls off of the bottom portion. It's just tabbed in, so it's pretty easy to separate there. I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and transform these guys into their vehicle modes, and we'll be back with that. All right, there we've got Crane, aka Hook, and as you can see, it doesn't have its hook bar, hook arm rather, but you know, we'll get that out of the box, and I'll put it on there later. But there you go. This is Crane, aka Hook, in vehicle mode. Got the stabilizers on the side, very cool feature. Yeah, I dig it. I think it looks really cool. It was a little bit of a trick getting it transformed into vehicle mode. Not a whole lot of parts had to be moved, but especially hiding the head, which, you know, Duron Drill, aka Devastator's head, is in the cab here, hidden behind those windows that you can see there, which are just plastic panels. But it makes a nice little cab, but that is the head of Duron Drill, aka Devastator. So that was a little bit of a trick figuring out. Thanks to MGO for his video highlighting Crane, aka Hook. So if you need transformation help, go check out his video at his channel, MGO316. And all right, let's get to the robot mode. I'm not going to take too long to tell you how this guy looks. I think he looks awesome. I mean, I think the sculpts that these guys nailed are really darn good. From a character perspective, thanks to Bobby Skullface. Check his channel out at Bobby Skullface. He had a transformation video that I was able to reference to get this guy transformed. A couple of bummers, different than maybe what he had, but There are some things left to be desired. These hip panels get in the way of 90-degree bends on the knees. This backpack portion unfortunately has something wrong with the way it's manufactured here on the slide, and it won't actually slide all the way up to lock in place. It looks like I'll have to shave off a little bit of plastic, one of the catches on the side here inside the slot. I know you can't see it very well, but it just is prohibiting it from, it'll snap down like that, but it won't snap into place up like that. So that's prohibiting me from locking the backpack in place. That's a bummer. But aside from that, you know, floppy neck joint, you don't have anything that locks it into place really, except for the chest piece that sits in place there by tension. But other than that, it's all right. Like I said, posability, you know, he looks cool. He's got all these guns. You know, you can turn these panels out as guns. And he's got the gold-tipped gun there, which is pretty cool. Another major bummer was that this is the first of the Gravity Builder set that I've broken, just in transforming it for the first time. So in just ratcheting the shoulders here, one of the ratchet pieces just came off, just snapped. The other arm did not snap like that. It was not something that Bobby Skullface actually experienced either. But that's a part of the ratchet plastic of the left arm or the right arm here, and that broke off. I had to you know, snap it back in. I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm going to actually see if I can get a replacement for this character, because that's just not really acceptable that one of the arms should just break on normal transformation. I wasn't torquing it or anything. One little addition to the Bobby Skullface transformation video, these gap fillers here that transform from the back of the arm, if you can see here, when you transform it, the flap, I mean, not the flap, but this little piece here is a gap filler for the front of the shoulder there. Now, Bobby Skullface and I were both doing it like this to make the whole shoulder filled. However, when the whole shoulder is filled, if you try to pose this arm, it always wants to lift the gap filler. So it's hinged doubly so that you can actually fold it in on itself and then fold it down, okay? So if you're okay with a partially gapped look, then you don't have to worry about the top of that shoulder coming up as often. So there's just a little bit of a transformation fix for you if you don't want to deal with the gap filler always popping up. So, like the other characters, I'll say that, you know, I think it looks good. I think it's going to be good as part of the set. I'm definitely going to get one that's doesn't have a broken arm. But aside from that, that's what Hook or Crane in this case looks like in robot mode, and for display and hopefully for transformation, this character will be good once I get a replacement. So let's see how he stacks up to Optimus and Bumblebee. And now for the Transformers Timewarp Takara Tomy Masterpiece Scale Comparison Test. Here's GT-01F Crane, aka Hook, and like the previous two GT bots, he's nicely proportioned to Optimus and Bumblebee. I think if I straightened him up a little bit, we'd see that he'd be a little taller, but not enough to make a big difference. Alright, let's take a look at our second Constructicon in this video, number 4 out of 6 total so far, GT-01E Dump Truck, aka Long Haul. We're back with Dump Truck, aka Long Haul, and he transforms nicely. It's got a pretty cool look. Some things that I'm not exactly excited about, but overall, you know, it's a decent form. I just wish that they had been true to what a dump truck is and actually given you a space where you can put a load. You know, from the side profile, you can't really tell that it's not doing a very good job of being a dump truck, except you have these massive, I guess engines, compressors, whatever the heck they're supposed to be. I don't even know if those are accurate. If they are accurate and you know because you know dump trucks, let me know below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about whether this is a decent representation of a dump truck, aside from the bed not being open. It's, a fine quality figure as far as the details go. I won't go into that because, it's been pretty standard for all of these characters. But overall, this has been, I think, my least favorite incarnation of a work vehicle for the Gravity Builder / Devastator character, because it doesn't really look like the realistic version of a dump truck, which is the aesthetic that I wanted my collection to have. So I should have looked into this a little bit more before I decided to pull the trigger on this, if I really was concerned about the dump truck looking like a dump truck. But overall, the build's good, quality of the paint and molding is good. As you can see, it's rolling pretty well. It looks like it's rolling pretty much on all 4 wheels. Yeah, so not bad. I'll be happy to put this in my collection. Looks like we've got a little bit of a wobble up here in the front, like the wheel's kind of loose or some such. I don't know if that can be tightened. But overall, not bad. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Dump Truck looks like in his robot mode. And here we have Dump Truck, aka Long Haul, posed kind of like he is here on the brochure. I think the gun is in... I'm not sure where the gun is. I don't know if I took it off or not. Anyway, as you can see, he looks pretty cool. The posability of the characters are pretty awesome. So far, you can get a decent pose out of them somehow, I think. I don't think there's going to be anyone that I can't do a pose with. You can see the back of the head's got the light pipe plastic there. That doesn't make it look very finished from the back, but you're not really looking at the back. You're not really supposed to be looking at the back. You're supposed to be looking at the front and the robot from the front. So I'm not too worried about that. And after all, it is a toy, and it's a lot better than the tiny little guy that you got, the very super basic one back in the 80s. So that's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that looks cool, something that can represent Long Haul and combine into Devastator. In this case, Gravity Builder. Actually, in this case, Duron Drill, which is the yellow version of Gravity Builder. So there you have it. There's the robot mode for Dump Truck, aka Long Haul. Pretty cool. And thanks to MGO for his transformation video. Got me through transforming this guy. Check out his channel at MGO316. A couple of things that maybe you could do a little differently than MGO shows in his transformation. Actually, maybe just one thing, really. This diaper pack, which actually can store up on his back, limits the hip swivel. So what I figured was I could bring this down, and this is more like his combiner mode, where this becomes his crotch, his diaper, and then just folding out the panels and around his waist. That way it clears it from the waist swivel here. So now the waist can move freely, generally speaking, and you can pose him a little bit more easily by manipulating the where the wings on the diaper are, as opposed to them being, in the way at a 90-degree angle. So there's a little tip there. That's really the only tip I had. Maybe I don't have a couple tips, but yeah, then the other part of the diaper just flips underneath, right between his legs, so that you have some place to put it, and it sits fairly flush, and it kind of just looks like he's got a big waist. So that's cool for me for my transformation of him. Overall, an impressive version of Long Haul in robot mode. And now for the Transformers Timewarp Takara Tomy Masterpiece Scale Comparison Test. Alright, I've got Long Haul, and I've kind of got him in a squatted position, but there you go, you get a rough idea. He's brawny. He could flatten Optimus if he took him out at the legs. He's got that low center of gravity. Let me straighten him up a little and kind of get a better height comparison here. There we go. I've got him standing completely upright and still significantly shorter than Optimus Prime, as he should be, and quite a bit larger than Bumblebee, as he should be. The only thing is, he looks a little too stocky for my taste on camera, but in person he looks better, and I do like his sturdy look. Well, that's it for this duo from Generation Toys' GT-6 Duron drill, their homage to Generation 2 Devastator. Don't forget to like the video if you did, comment if you did or didn't, and to subscribe if you want to be automatically notified when the next video on the final 2 Generation Toy Constructicons, Scraper, aka Scrapper, and Bulldozer, aka Bone Crusher, comes out. Keep watching or come back for another episode of MixelPix Transformers Timewarp. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe for more MixelPix videos, and leave me your comments below about what you liked and you didn't like about the video. Until next time, see ya.